All right, hello and welcome to all of you Anatomy and Physiology 12 online students. I am going to be your teacher. I am Mr. Kuchma, and I am currently at the welcome page for the course. So when you jump on, you should see this exact same thing. And I want to note a couple quick important pieces. I am right here on the far right hand side. You can always email me or book a time to meet with me face to face on Zoom here. There's one Zoom meeting required at the beginning of the course, but if you want help or you have questions, you can also book times with me throughout the school year. On top of that, I've got a pacing and progress tool set up for Anatomy and Physiology 12. So if you click on that, you will be able to set up your own student schedule. And I've already had a bunch of students set them up. When you click on this, it'll ask you when you want your start date to be and when you want your end date to be. And then you hit save, and it'll immediately tell you when you need to submit things to stay on pace. So it's an awesome tool to have there. On top of that, I don't think there's anything else on this main page to go over. So I'm going to click on the content button and get you through the course introduction and into the biological molecules chapter, which is chapter 1. So the first thing to do is to click on the start here, and hopefully you've already done that. The course intro video will be step 2. I've currently got it hidden, but it'll be open once I finish recording this. And yeah, it talks a little bit about me. I'm a massive biology nerd. I had an amazing biology teacher in high school who really did inspire me to pursue it further. The steps are to watch this course intro video with me after you've kind of gone through this page, and then to also book an introductory Zoom meeting with me. On top of that, your first task is to get activated in the course, and I'll go over this in a minute. But you need to watch the first 3 lessons on water and complete the H2O assignment. That is what I will mark, and that's how you get active. And then from there, you have 365 days to complete the course. This course can be done in first semester, in second semester, linear from September to June, or anything in between. It is at your own pace, however you like it. So I'm going to skip ahead to the completing a chapter. Each chapter, there are 10, although the organ systems is split up into 3 parts, but there's kind of like 10 different sections of the course. They all follow the same format in order to get things completed. You'll be watching lessons and filling out notes. You'll be completing an assignment for mastery, and you'll be completing a quiz, or in a couple situations like an essay for the genomes and biotechnology chapter. So let's start with watching lessons. You can read through these 3 pieces, and I'm actually going to skip to, let's just skip to chapter 2, and I'll show you what it looks like. So in chapter 2, there are notes that you can print off as a PDF, or that you can download as a Google document. And there's a third option that you can actually just take notes completely on your own in a spiral bound notebook, and that's totally fine as well. So you've got 3 ways of taking your notes, but I have specific requirements where you get 10 marks to complete your notes, and 4 of them are just for taking notes based off the videos. And then there's also 3 marks for listing and defining the vocab, which if I click on this chapter, you will see all the vocab that you are required to know for chapter 2, from uracil to helicase. And on top of that, the last thing is that I require you to take visual content, include visual content in your notes. So what will that look like? If I open up one of the lessons, you can see it's Mr. Anderson. I'm going to click on it for a quick second to kind of showcase something. When you have him playing, I often will turn on the closed captioning. So
Hi, it's Mr. Anderson, and welcome to Biology Essentials video number 20.
He says pops up. And that can be really helpful because those are the type of things that you might want to write down in your notes. And you can see he has like a little introduction about that, which is really helpful. He also has other things like a review worksheet and a slideshow if you want to access some of his resources. But as you're watching the video, you can write down interesting things that he says. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because he's talking about finding DNA. There's the Frederick Griffiths experiment. So if you wanted to include some sort of visual content, you could actually take a screenshot directly of this and include it into your notes, and that would totally be fine. If I skip ahead a little bit further, there's the next one that they did. And let's see. Not really any visual content there. It'd be more of those first two things that would be, kind of interesting. If you wanted to include this, you could. It's kind of how DNA is wired in us. But these are cool things that you could add, in addition to whatever he's saying, and you can be typing some of that out as well. So the notes are worth 10 marks, and I definitely want to see that all of the different things are touched upon. The just notes and the vocab and the visual content. And honestly, I will tell you right now, the reason why I have you complete the notes in this very specific way is because when you get to the very end of the course and you're doing the final exam will have questions solely based off of vocab, solely based off of visual content. They're literally diagrams and snippets that I take right out of the videos that you watch. And then there's a long answer question kind of from every single chapter. So if you are doing the course and taking very good notes, they are going to be the perfect study material for when you get to the final exam. And it's created like that on purpose. So once you've gone through and you've watched all of the videos on here, you will get to the note hand-in box and you can submit those. And then after that, every single course has assignments as well. So these are completed for mastery, and I'm trying to get you to achieve a certain goal. So if you are excited about Biology 12, and Physiology 12, and you're wanting to get an A+, that's awesome. I want to help you get that grade in the course. So when you get to the assignment, circle A+ and complete it to the best of your ability. There's a bunch of different questions that you have to go through and do your best on it. Now, if you complete the assignment and you do an amazing job, that's awesome. You're good to go and you get 100% on your assignment. But if you get like 5 questions wrong on the assignment and you're trying to get an A+, I'm going to give you a 0 on your assignment mark. And I'm going to ask you to make corrections and resubmit it. Don't worry though, you can resubmit it, and if you've made the corrections well enough, then I will give you 100%. And the second time you will pass. Now, all of the tests are hidden, so you can't even see them until you have submitted your assignment into the hand-in box and I've marked it and you've gotten 100%. And the reason why is because I don't want you to do the assignment, which is actually only worth like 15% of your marks. The notes and the assignments are worth 15% combined, but the tests are worth 35%. So I only want you to write the test once you've shown that you're at that A+ in your assignment. Now on the flip side, let me change things around a little bit. If you are only trying to get a B in the course and you're like, no, I am not like an A+ student, a B is totally fine, then if you submit this assignment in and you get like 5 questions wrong, that's actually fine. I'll give you a good to go right off the first bat. You'll get 100%, because even if you get that amount of questions wrong on the test, you're still going to be getting a B. And so I'm trying to make sure that what your assignment is at is roughly the grade that you're going to get on the test. So if you're getting a B on the assignment and you want to be in the course, awesome, you can write the test. But I don't want you to write the test if you've done a lot worse on the assignment. I don't want you to bomb the test as well. And you can use the notes in the assignment to study in preparation for the test. But once you get to the test is a timed event, so you have 2 hours to complete them. or 1 depending on how big or small the quiz is. And you cannot use any outside resources, okay? Nothing can be used, no assignments, no tests, no notes, no Google, no nothing. You have to do it to the best of your ability. But if you've done good in your notes, you've done a thorough job and done a good job on your assignment, you should be ready to do the test and to do well. Now, if you need adaptations for the test, and if you have an IEP, we'll definitely talk about that in your course intro video. But yeah, that is how to complete a chapter. So if you go to completing a chapter, I'll basically talk about what I just said, lessons, assignments, and the test. Now to get started and to get activated in the course, you actually only need to complete these first 3 videos on water. So there's 2 videos. The first video is by Mr. Anderson, and the second one is by the Amoeba Sisters. They're both like pretty much the exact same content. And then there's another video from Mr. Anderson with a few more details about water as well. Then you have to complete an H2O assignment, and it shouldn't take very long. It's only 2 pages with a couple questions, or I guess it's 3 pages actually. But you have to draw water molecules and how they bond. You have to answer some characteristics about water, percentage of water on the earth and percentage of the water in our body, plus a cool fun memory that you have with water. And I give you a bunch of examples from my own life. So that's probably where I'll call it quits. Hopefully by watching this, you feel a little bit more confident with how to get started in your class. And if you haven't yet, please book an introductory Zoom meeting with me. I want to meet you, I want to get to know you, and I want to answer any questions that you might have about the course. I personally think that this is like the coolest course in all of high school. So I'm very excited to be teaching it. And yeah, best of luck as you get started. Mr. Kuchma out.